Nestled on Paarl Mountain, the Afrikaans Language Museum and Monument curves skyward. Its design draws from the language's diverse influences: Dutch, Malay, Portuguese, French, Khoi, and other languages, with each shape and curve representing a thread in the rich historical tapestry of Afrikaans, showcasing the language's shared journey through its past, its place in the present, and its possibilities for the future.
Hierdie drie seile verteenwoordig die Europese invloed, jou Hollandse invloed, jou Engelse invloed, jou Franse invloed. Van die boonste seil af is die afname van die Hollandse invloed is besig om af te neem. C. Langehoff gesê, Afrika is die brug tussen Europa en Afrika. En die hoogste seil is 57 meter hoog. Hy is bo-oop. MP van Wyk het gesê, Afrikaans is 'n snelstuigende boog. En daai boog suggereer, hy is bo-oop dat die toekoms van Afrikaans is in Afrika. En hy is veronderstel om te groei nog. Maar wat belangrik is dat Jan van Ryk was versiedend geweest. In hierdie middelste kolom verteenwoordig die Oosterse invloed, die Malayse invloed, Malay-Portugese invloed. En die taal is verryk met woorde soos Guma, Kapok, Amok. En baie is natuurlik ook 'n Malayse woord. Het ons drie hitte. Hy begin van onder af en hy styg stelselmatig. Dit is die invloed van Afrika tale wat besig om 'n groter invloed op Afrikaans te hê.
While Afrikaans was only officially recognized in 1925, its roots run much deeper. Stretching back to the late 1500s, Afrikaans was born in the Cape through centuries of contact between Dutch settlers, enslaved people, and indigenous communities.
Afrikaans het oor 3 kontinente ontwikkel: Europa, die Ooste en in Afrika. Maar kom ons staan by die eerste taalkontak wat op 1595 tussen die inheemse Khoi volkere met die Europeërs gehad het. Dit volgens Christo van Rensburg word beskou as die eerste vorm van Afrikaans. En teen 1625 het ons al die eerste 31 woorde in Afrikaans, 'n lys van 31 woorde gehad wat wiet en water byvoorbeeld ingesluit het. So Afrikaans het nie gekom na 1652 met die volksplanting nie. Daar was 'n hele aanloop gewees en verskeie volkere het 'n bydrae gelewer tot die ontstaan en ontwikkeling van die jong Afrika taal.
With the establishment of the VOC refreshment post in 1652, Afrikaans as contact language developed further.
Afrikaans, the language, has been spoken, as you just indicated, throughout the centuries by different people. Afrikaans comes from the High Dutch that people in the Cape, slaves, Khoi, San people could not speak, could not pronounce properly, sailors that came from all sorts of areas, and that's how Afrikaans as a new patois developed in the Cape as a lingua franca.
By the 1700s and 1800s, various forms of Afrikaans spread across southern Africa, enriched and cross-pollinated by the local indigenous African languages. Though widely spoken, Dutch, English and German remained the official languages. After the South African War, rising Afrikaner nationalism began to standardize the language for political purposes. The 1909 Constitution recognized only Dutch and English, but in 1925, Afrikaans was officially acknowledged, making it one of South Africa's 2 official languages, alongside English. Despite censorship and the language's later almost notorious association with apartheid, Afrikaans grew literally, academically, and culturally.
Afrikaans was undeniably employed as a tool of oppression. It is part of our very painful past.
However, the 1976 Soweto uprising marked a turning point, forcing a reckoning with its legacy and paving the way for a new chapter in the language evolution in South African history. By the time South Africa's freshly minted constitution came into being in the mid-1990s, Afrikaans retained its status as an official language, but alongside the country's 9 other languages. Over the years, the Afrikaans language has seen both challenges and triumphs. Like many official languages, it struggles for space in academia, politics, and the economy. Despite South Africa's commitment to multilingualism, Stellenbosch University, historically an Afrikaans university, has been at the forefront of these challenges, facing ongoing controversies in balancing linguistic inclusivity with cultural identity. In 2015, Stellenbosch University made the controversial decision to drop Afrikaans as the primary language of instruction, responding to student protests advocating for greater inclusivity. This shift laid the foundation for the 2016 language policy, which prioritized English but still allowed Afrikaans and isiXhosa. The goal was to improve access for students from diverse backgrounds, especially those for whom Afrikaans posed a barrier.
We want to have one language, which is a consensus of all parties. So if it's English, that's fine. But we also need to tap into the other debate of what about the other languages in South Africa that have not been developed into academic languages.
Tensions resurfaced in 2021 when reports emerged of students being discouraged from speaking Afrikaans in residences. The South African Human Rights Commission found that the Stellenbosch University had infringed on students' rights, prompting public criticism.
We must understand that Afrikaans as a language in our country, a language that belongs here, must be read and understood in relation to other languages and other language communities.
Afrikaans has also been criticized for sidelining its own diversity, especially dialects like Kaaps and Nama Afrikaans.
As jy praat van koubro, dat beteken 'n paard, dit beteken kuier.
Spoken mainly by the nation's colored communities.
The misconception that it is the language of whites and the language of the oppressor is an iniquitous portrayal of the language and its true roots. Today, Afrikaans is spoken predominantly by black people. And it is spoken by blacks in not only so-called colored townships, but also in many African townships in several regions in this country.
Baie keer word die gestandardiseerde variëteit as 'n instrument gebruik om ander Afrikaanssprekers doelbewus uit te sluit en minderwaardig te laat voel. En dikwels word die ander variëteite as agterlik, komies beskou en selfs minderwaardig ook en so aan. Maar ons moet toelaat dat mense op 'n kleurryke manier omgang met die taal.
Die gevaarlikste wanpersepsie wat bestaan is dat daar sekere mense is wat standaard Afrikaans praat en daar ander mense is wat variëteite praat. Dit is eenvoudig nie so nie. Daar is 'n gestandaardiseerde weergawe van Afrikaans wat ons almal gemeenskaplik as 'n geskrewe medium gebruik as ons formeel kommunikeer met mekaar, maar almal van ons is variëteitsprekers.
Despite these challenges, there is an increasing effort to recognize and embrace all forms of Afrikaans.
Hoewel herstandardisering 'n heel natuurlike proses is, moet ons dit by tye 'n hupstootjie gee, as ek dit so kan stel. En dit is waarom daar spesiale projekte is wat werk, byvoorbeeld aan Kaaps. Ons is besig met 'n projek aan Kaaps, daar's projekte by EWK. En dan is daar gesprekke, byvoorbeeld wat gefasiliteer word deur die Afrikaanse Taalraad, oor hoe kan ons ook hierdie variëteite in die onderrigstelsel meer laat 'n inslag vind.
Daar is natuurlik baie bewegings, veral onder Afrikaanse sprekers van die taal, waar daar nou 'n drietalige woordeboek in die proses van ontwikkeling en dit op sigself bou ook identiteit. Maar dis ook 'n unieke manier hoe die grootste sprekende deel van die Afrikaans sprekende wêreld besig is om die taal te eien en om eienaarskap te aanvaar.
Today, Afrikaans stands as the third most spoken language in South Africa, a dynamic, living tongue with rich regional textures and diverse voices.
7 miljoen mense praat Afrikaans as hulle eerste taal. Bykomend daartoe is daar nog 11 miljoen mense wat Afrikaans as hulle tweede taal gebruik. Dis teenoor Zulu wat dan 11,5 is en Xhosa wat omtrent 8 miljoen is en dan Engels 4,8. So soveel mense praat Afrikaans en Afrikaans word deur omtrent 24 miljoen mense wêreldwyd kan Afrikaans verstaan.
As Afrikaans enters its second century, as an official language. Its future will be shaped not just by its past, but by those who continue to speak, sing, and shape it every day. From Kaaps and Nama Afrikaans to Standard Afrikaans, its many varieties reflect a tapestry of histories, communities, and cultural expression.
Afrikaans, hy's my taal.
Die taal, ek is gebore met die taal.
Once shaped in kitchens, streets, and classrooms, Afrikaans continues to evolve, echoing the lives of all who speak it. SABC News, Anke Esterhuizen.